Hi everyone, I'm your fave nurse B. Thanks for coming back to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I make a video. I'm really working to grow this channel, this platform. I have so much in store for you all this year. Make sure that you go ahead and join the YourFavNurseB Facebook group. And then also I'm going to be starting a YourFavNurseB Instagram, which is going to have like a whole lot more than what I have on my Instagram now. It's going to be all geared towards nursing and this channel and all that good stuff. So definitely make sure that you support my channel, help it to grow so that I can help you all, bring you more and more content. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so today I want to talk about something that I feel like it's pretty much common sense, but it's not so common in the sense of, I know it seems kind of cliche, but it's the one thing that everyone says that they go into nursing for. But I do really believe that people start to lose this one key component when it comes to nursing, and it just all comes down to this, you all. I know in every last one of my videos I talk and I say this is so important, this is so important, this is so important, but really nursing comes down to one thing, and that is compassion. Compassion. So when we think about compassion, okay, so according to good old internet, compassion is sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. Okay, so let's look up sympathy. Sympathy, feelings of pity and sorrow for someone else's misfortune. Okay, so that's the definition, but let's get into the nitty-gritty of it. The reason why I say people have lost this disconnection to compassion as it pertains to nursing and healthcare in general and just being a human being is because I do really feel like as a society we have become so numb to what other people are going through. And it's like, so for example, you know, we go and we see stuff on Facebook, we see somebody being dragged, you know, by a car, or we see somebody being hung, or we see somebody being killed, or we see someone fighting somebody else or jumping somebody. And usually the first thing, if we're seeing it in real life, the first thing someone wants to do is pull out their phone and start recording it. We don't want to run over and help. We don't want to call the police. We don't want to intervene in any type of way. We want to just be able to exploit it to the rest of the world so we can get likes and comments and shares and things like that. And when we see it, it's just like, oh, here go another thing. Oh, here comes another shooting. Oh, here comes another death. So we just become so numb to it. It's like, oh, nothing new, you know. And then we become so numb to it that we don't just sit in what it really means that this person had this happen to them. Like we don't think about it. We make these really insensitive comments on videos and photographs and things like that. We read stuff that's crazy, and it's just like it becomes so numb to us, you know, as a society, especially people I feel like that are younger. You start to just lose that connection to humans. And so I know that's kind of like, oh, okay, you know, but I do feel like we have lost a connection, and it might not just be that, it's other things that create that disconnect. You know, some people just don't have compassion. They just don't feel for other people. We become so removed from other people. People can't even have a conversation with somebody face to face without whipping out their phone and, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, and they're looking at their phone the whole time. Like, people, they don't just see people. Like, we don't just see each other for who we are and try our best to understand what that person is coming from, how they're feeling, and try our best to make that person feel better, or to just listen to what they have to say. And I know you're like, okay, so what does that have to do with nursing? But that's nursing, is to have a connection with another human being and to see what that person is going through and to do everything in your power to make that person better. That's what it means. And I just want to talk about a few things. Like, so anything that I talk about, you all know I'm a long-term care nurse. So everything I talk about, whether it be patients or just scenarios, is going to be filtered through me working with the elderly. So, but anything I say can really be, it can translate to working with any demographic or group of people, because we're all people, right? So when I think about my patients, I think, just imagine this, you all. Like, sit back, close your eyes, whatever. Think about this. You're living your life. You got a decent job. Maybe you're going to school. Maybe you have a child, a few kids. You got, a husband or a wife. You're living your life. You got a nice car, you got a nice house, whatever the case may be. You're living your life. You come to a point in your life where you feel comfortable. Like, oh my goodness, I work for all this. Here I am, we're doing our darn thing. So something happens in your life. Unfortunately, you end up sick to the point where you can't work anymore. You can't go to school anymore. You can't cook. You can't drive. You can't clean your house. You can't go grocery shopping. You can't go shopping at all. You can't clean yourself when you want to. You can't eat when you want to and eat what you want to eat. You can't make phone calls when you want to make phone calls. You can't spend money when you want to spend money. You can't make money. You can't really voice your opinion. You don't know who to talk to. There's really no one around that you can talk to. And you don't know anybody that's coming into your life, your everyday life, that is there to help you to get better. That sounds horrible. Sounds horrible. And on top of that, you don't know when you're going to get out of this situation. You don't know if you're going to get out of this situation. That is devastating. And that is something that everyone at my job has had to deal with. All of my patients have had to deal with that. Their entire life is now condensed to half of, I don't know, a 15 by 15 whatever foot room. It's condensed to that, and that's their life. Every single thing that they've ever owned in their life has to either be sold or given away or just condensed to a few boxes in a closet and a dresser, and that's it. That's their life. That's the end of it. And some of them, they didn't know they were going to be in this situation. Some of them still feel like they're going to go home one day. Some of them, they don't know. And here I am. This is my job. I get to clock in and clock out. And that's that. I get a check and I keep on pushing. This is their life. This is their home. This is all they have. So you have to look at things like that. Don't get so hung up on what you got going on. Don't get so hung up on the argument that you had with your guy before you came to work. Or don't get so hung up on, oh, I need this money to pay this. Or I'm just not feeling it today. I'm on my period. I'm done with it. Like, I don't care. Whatever you got to say, I don't care. Don't get so hung up. Oh, we don't have enough people. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what to tell you. Don't get so hung up on those things. Yes, your job probably sucks. Yes, you're probably overworked and understaffed. Yes, you're probably stressed out. You got a lot going on in your life. You might have to go home and take care of somebody else at home, and you can't take care of them because you're taking care of these patients here. There's a lot going on. Don't get me wrong. I totally can see that. But this is what you signed up for. You signed up to take care of people. And that's what it all comes down to, is compassion. You just have to learn to just sit back and think about, if everything in your life right now were to stop and you had no more control of your life, what would you do? How would you feel? I mean, come on, just think about it. That's something really hard to deal with. Is that, that their life is pretty much over with now, and the person that's coming and taking care of you can barely even say hello, can't even say their name to you. They want to play games. They want to, just learn to have compassion, y'all. And I try not to get emotional, but it's just, I really think about it sometimes, and I sit and I talk to my patients, and I talk to their family members, and and it's just like, you just be thinking like, dang, this is their life. This is what's left for them. And sometimes you do get stressed out. You say, you know what? I didn't drop you off here. I'm not the reason why you're here. You're here because you decided to live this type of lifestyle, and now, you're sick. That's not my fault. You got yourself sick. I don't know what else to tell you. At the end of the day, we don't know why, how, who. We don't know all of that. All we know is that our job, what we were trained to do, what we say, the reason why we went into this field to do, what we're supposed to do is to be some type of light in this person's life. You don't have to kiss ass. You don't have to, smile all the time. You don't have to do all that. But at least try your very best to understand where that person is coming from. And to get past whatever you got going on and to just take care of that individual as best as you can, and just have some compassion, have some type of humanality to it. Add some type of human touch to it. Don't just be so robotic. Don't just be so, I gotta come here, get this check, go home, I'm done, I don't care what you gotta say, like, I'm over it. Don't be that person. Think about why you got into this field, and just in general, just think about your life. And where would you be if you were in that person's exact situation? You really have to think about it. And it's so elementary. It's so simple, but we lose sight of that. We want to get into the technical part. Oh, I want to be able to cut people up, or I want to be able to, I want to be able to do this and do that and try this out. And I want to see this. Oh, can I look at her wombs? Oh, can I do this? You be so hyped up to just deal with the human body that you lose sight of the human soul, the human experience, the human's heart and emotions and all of those things, because you're just so wrapped up in, oh, I just want to do this. I just want to see this. I just want to, or I want to make this amount of money. Or I'm just here to get a check. I'm ready to go. Like, don't come to me for nothing else. We get so wrapped up in that. And all I'm saying is try to have more compassion for others. Try to meet people where they're at. Try to see past some of your patients' attitudes and their racism sometimes, their classism. Try to see past all that and just see them as a human being having, this situation. And if you believe in God, you can believe that God resides in each and every one of us. So when you're dealing with somebody who it's very hard for you to have compassion for them, it's very hard for you to deal with them, because there's some patients out there. What you have to do is say, you know what, I know that God resides in all of us. And so when I'm dealing with this patient, I have to believe, if I'm a believer, I have to know that God is in this person. So when I'm talking to them and taking care of them, I have to know that I'm talking and taking care of God. So if you can use that, if you are a person, that believes in God, then use that as a way to get you past whatever this person is coming to you, because you're going to probably get spit on, punched, hit, kicked, called all type of names, groped, all these type of things, but you have to just see past it, you all. And I understand it's hard. It is, because we got a lot going on with us as human beings. We have so many things going on, and we have to take what we got going on, and we kind of have to it's like a weird thing. We have to take away what we got going on as individuals and take care of this person, but we still can't be so removed from what it means to be a person to the point where we're just taking care of them and blah, 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 done next. Like this is just an assembly line. No, it's not a factory. So you have to learn to do it. Some people, it comes to them easily. Some people, it don't. Some people go too far into it to the point where you lose your professionalism and you just become too far into your feelings and your emotions that you have. But don't lose your feelings and emotion. You have to kind of find strength in it and be able to take care of people without just falling apart, but sometimes things happen and you just get so emotionally wrapped into it because the situation might just be that emotional. So it's a balance that you have to learn, but don't lose your heart, you all. Don't lose what made you want to become a nurse or made you want to become a doctor or whatever it is that you're doing in healthcare. Don't lose that. Stay connected. Sometimes you have to recharge your batteries, and when you really, 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 really feel like you have lost, compassion, when you feel like you're just like, okay, I'm over it, like, when are they gonna die? Like, I'm just done. When you get to that point, then you might need to take a few days off. You might need to step away from nursing or step away from healthcare, step away from taking care of people. Take some time off, maybe do something else and come back to it, because you do not want to be that person who's doing this without a heart. Okay, I'm serious. This is a serious video, but I just wanted to connect with you all in that way. And remember, I am your fave nurse B, so do all that you can to support me. Share this video, like it, comment, just let me know Any type of experience where you felt like, okay, like, you know, I have a heart. Or let me know if there's a time where you was just like, I'm over it, like, you know, I'm done with people, like I'm gonna just come to work, do what I gotta do, and keep it pushing. Like, I don't know, like, I just want to kind of get an idea where you are with this video. How do you feel about this video? Just let me know, and I have way more videos to come. Thank you all so much for your support, and hey, have a heart, you all. Be compassionate, show some love. Peace.